So just wrapping up day one here with Joe Dispenza out in Nashville. There's over 2,000 people, 53 countries, people from all over the world, and the energy in the room is absolutely incredible. The content is being shared is absolutely incredible. And I'm just reflecting. I wanted to make this video just to share some of the key takeaways that I've been getting from the seminar so far. Joe Dispenza, has written books like Becoming Supernatural. So if you haven't read his book, I highly recommend you pick that up. Another book is called You Are the Placebo. I've been following Joe Dispenza for a couple years now, and it's been one of my biggest dreams to, go to one of his seminars. So it took me a total of like 5 or 6 years to try to get in because the moment that registration is open, his seminars are sold out within 10 minutes. So it's such a blessing that I am here. I'm so, so grateful. And interesting enough, for those of many of you know that my father actually went through strokes June and July of last year. And Joe Dispenza videos were actually the videos that I shared with him because Joe Dispenza seminars, what he's been able to do to help people. I mean, he's had people that have cancers, that have had, illnesses that you would never think would have a healing process for it, right? People that can't walk, they'll start to walk. People that can't see, they start to see. Um, Incredible, miraculous things like that have been happening. So I knew about these things through the videos that I had seen. So I started to play the videos because my dad couldn't walk, couldn't get out of bed, couldn't even go to the toilet. And I just started to tell him, like, look, Dad, everything is in the mind. We could really position our mindset into, healing, right? So as soon as I started playing those videos, my dad, within a couple of days, started to actually believe that he could walk. And one day just got up and started walking around. And just from there, he's had a miraculous comeback. I mean, to the point where he's almost 100%, with the exception of him being able to speak, which I know he's going to be able to speak very soon. So Joe Dispenza is very near to my heart because I think he's really making a big impact for humanity. And the stories that I was hearing about today, there was some people that had just illnesses that the doctor said that would never have a healing, that stage 4 cancer that went into remission, that they were like days away from basically passing away according to doctors, and here they are, thriving. So um, takeaway is we have to go beyond our mind, right? Like, yes, our physical environment, if we're going through a difficult situation, whether that's financially, whether that's physically, right? We have to be willing to move past that. And the only way that we can move past that is by going into these meditations that he's doing, right? And he had, interesting enough, there's a bunch of meditations that Joe Dispenza actually shares on YouTube. So you can actually pick up some of these meditations, but you have to invest your time, energy, and effort into creating your life, right? And I know that many of us believe, obviously, that our thoughts create our world, right? Our words create our world. But are we really spending the time to really create our reality every single day, right? Like, are we really honoring that? Because most of the time, we're basically operating just from our habits, right? Every single day we wake up and we go brush our teeth, and from there we might go grab a cup of coffee, and then from there we might do a workout or might not. And might pick up the radio and or the videos and listen to some music, right? So we have like this specific process of how we wake up, and most of the time, we're not taking the time to really figure out, hey, is this routine, is it optimal for me to create the life that I want, and am I really going within and really creating the world that I want to see, right? For most of us, right, if we don't slow down and we don't stop, we're just reliving every single day, and we're just repeating the past continuously. So a big takeaway is, we got to spend some time, do the meditations, and literally create our reality, and really, figure out what we're actually after, right? If we're after wealth, or we're after, whatever, like maybe peace, right? Like, what's behind that emotion? Like, if it's wealth, right? Why is wealth important? Well, wealth is important because it represents freedom. Oh, okay. So we're looking for an emotion of freedom. So during the meditation, I'm going to harness that energy of freedom, and I'm not going to stop meditating until I feel the freedom within myself. And the thing is that once the mind can achieve that feeling, it's just a matter of time before that actually becomes a reality. And the one thing that I took away also from these meditations is that you have to be willing to be surprised by the miracles that show up, right? Like we think that we're going to think our way into everything. And yes, we are going to think our way into everything. And when we do meditation, though, we are literally stepping outside of our thinking. So when we step outside of our thinking, we're in this unknown environment where everything is possible. It's like a field of possibility. So in this field of possibility, spontaneous, miraculous things can happen. So you have to go beyond your mind, beyond your reality, beyond whatever you think, and from there, in this unknown, then you have the ability to then create and honestly just get out of your own way. Because what I also have been getting just from day one is that we get in our own way so much, right? We want to, just kind of we want to change our world with the same thinking that got us to the world that we're in, and that's not the way to do it, right? The machine is trying to change the machine. That's not going to happen. So we have to spend some time meditating so we can actually have that space and get into the field of possibility and to get out of the way so we can allow the miraculous to spontaneously show up in a miraculous way where it's going to be so surprising that's going to shake you to the core, where you're going to know, wow, I just created that, right? So my recommendation, based on what everything I'm taking away, is like spend some time daily, because that's one of my things. I'm going to be spending time every single day creating my reality and really harnessing all of the emotions of what it is that I want to achieve in that meditation, and allow the universe, allow God to surprise me with the actual manifestation of it, because the manifestation is just going to be a cherry on top at this point, because we're practicing the emotion every single day. We also went through this powerful meditation exercise where we were actually doing this breathing exercise, and we were moving our fluid through up our spine and through the different chakra systems into our pineal gland. And that process, energized me. I mean, I'm running about 3 hours of sleep, and I am here fully energized because of this meditation and breathing exercise that I just did. So it's a very, 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 very powerful breathing exercise, and it's just basically, just focus and intention on moving this fluid up the spine all the way to the top of your mind, right, and into this region where we have something that's called the pineal gland. And the really cool thing about this whole thing as well, it's not something that he's just like trying to motivate us to do it. He's not trying to tell us, from like this woo woo environment. He literally has it documented, you know, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and probably thousands of people now, where he has brain scans. He has blood samples. He has people that have been wired, with different devices to be able to measure their brain scans. So it's not something that's in this woo-woo domain. This is actual factual reality, backed up by science. So the really cool thing is like, wow, if we really know that we are creating our reality, it's it's like an emergency. Like we got to pay attention to this, because we are trying to, kind of maneuver and change our environment with matter, and matter changing matter is not going to happen. You have to go into this field of possibility and be able to get out of the way and harness those emotions and those feelings and sensations, and allow those things to be able to be anchored into your reality, so much so that, soon enough, before your eyes, you will see a manifestation so miraculous that it will move you and shake you to your core. And then you will know 100% within your heart and soul that you spending that time for yourself to meditate and create that reality for yourself is actually working. So I'm committed to doing these meditations daily. So that's my number one takeaway. This is day one. I'm looking forward to connecting with you guys again. Hit a like on this video if you got some value. Make sure you register to my YouTube channel if you're not registered, or actually not registered, but make sure you subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed. Thank you for listening. I'll talk to you soon.